Hi there, welcome back. How are you today? So in this beautiful video, it's just something came up as we were talking about, in the previous one, playing Fortnite and how habits are formed, how they come about and how they stay, right? Once long after they've served their purpose, why are these habits still here, So one of the things that was coming up as I was thinking about that was going back to the days when I used to smoke cigarettes, right? I was remembering the first time I started smoking, I was 16. And the first time I lit up a cigarette was to be rebellious. It was really to annoy my mum, because I knew she found out she'd be so annoyed, but she didn't have control over me anymore. I was 16, and so I started doing that behind her back, like to be the cool kid, that's the rebellious one. And that was the first time. 3 months into that, I just started smoking. 3 months later, I met my first boyfriend, and he hated the smell of it. So I had to give it up. It was like, okay, if I have to choose between him and a pack of cigarettes, I choose him. So we got together. I gave up the cigarettes. It was 3 months that I was the cool kid, and that was done. Then later, when I came back to Australia, because that was in South America, I came back to Australia and I started working in an office in the city. Everybody at that time, we're talking 1995, like before the 2000s, everybody in the office at the time, 94, trying to think of the right year. Everyone was smoking at the time in the office. I can't think of one person that wasn't smoking, and we were all inside. I was the only one that wasn't when I first started. But then I thought, I'll just start smoking, right? Because why not? I'm breathing in everyone else's smoke. I might as well smoke my own. And at the time when I looked at it, right, I was smoking because I wanted to belong. This wasn't about being rebellious anymore, because I was away from my mum. I didn't have to prove anything to her. But like that, she had no more control over me. That was what my rebellious was about, being rebellious. But now, as I was looking at it, it was because I wanted to belong, right? I wanted to fit in. I wanted to be like them, and especially the girl that worked there. I just admired her. She was amazing, She was the one that I would go up to her 100 times to ask her the same question, and she would just reply like it was the first time. She taught me what infinite patience was. I didn't know what that looked like before then. For me, if I made a mistake before that, I'd get smacked. We weren't allowed to make mistakes growing up, and which led to, anyway, so that the second time I started smoking was to fit in. I wanted to be one of them, and they were so cool, these beautiful beings around me. I just wanted to be like them. I wanted to fit in. So the second time was for fitting in. But my body, bless its heart, whenever I take up something that doesn't, like smoking, like drinking, any of those sorts of things, my body just poops itself, right? It's just like, nah. So every 3 or 4 months, I'd be at the doctor's with bronchitis, and he'd have to give me antibiotics. But I'd keep smoking all the way through it, and I'd end up with these massive headaches towards the end. So by the 4th year, I was like, you know what? I'm done with this. So, by the year 2000, I'd already finished smoking because I wasn't enjoying it. I was always sick. They were fine. They were all good. But I was always sick, always at the doctor's, always on antibiotics. And I thought, this is just draining. I'm just done with it, So I stopped. But what that was bringing up now as I was thinking of it, I'm talking about mistakes. As a little one, for a really long time, I couldn't understand why I didn't like playing piano in front of others. I teach piano. I'm a piano teacher at the moment. I've been doing that for 30 years. And my daughter loves playing for other people. She loves it, right? And I've had students that love performing for others. And I was trying to understand, well, what's the difference? I loved piano. Why did I not like performing for others? For me, I would get into this really stressful state whenever they asked me. My parents would ask me to play for some of their friends, their grown-up friends that had come over, and I'd be in this utter state of stress, anytime I had to perform anything. And I realized now, as I was talking about my mum and the rebelliousness, that whenever I made a mistake, outside of piano, whenever I made a mistake, I was punished for it. So to make a mistake for me was not a positive thing. It wasn't something that, you make a mistake and you learn from it. half of the time when I got smacked, I didn't even know what I did wrong. They never explained it to me. They just smacked me, you know, and my mum would just smack me and yell at me and have her rant, and then I'd be like, what was that all about? You know, it's like, what did I do? I didn't even know what I did half the time. Anyway, when I started learning piano, that was in my system, that mistakes are bad. So if I was performing for people and I was only just learning this song and I wasn't yet familiar with it, I wasn't comfortable playing it. Because what if I made a mistake? Mistakes are bad. This was what I was conditioned to believe as a little one. You can't make mistakes. You get punished for mistakes. So, my beautiful beings, you see all the things that we do. What this video was about is to bring awareness to you that everything we do, there's a reason behind it. We don't do things for no reason. When you spend hours and hours scrolling through social media throughout the day, there's a reason you do that. You have a need to do that. When I was sitting for an hour or 2 hours a day playing Fortnite, I had a need to do that. I needed to do that. It kept me in a familiar pattern where my body was in tension, in stress. Everything we do, there's a reason we do it. We don't do it for no... There's something we're getting out of it. We're getting something from it. We don't do it for nothing. So this video today is to really push you to think of yourself, your patterns, especially those patterns that you don't like. Why am I doing this? What was the reason? If you started smoking, was it because you wanted to fit in? You wanted to be one of the cool kids? If you started drinking, was that to fit in? You wanted to belong to this group. You wanted to be accepted. What was the reason? There's always a reason. We don't do things for no reason. There's always something driving us to continue with these patterns. And until you become aware of it, you can't release it. You can't let it go if you don't know why it's there. It's there for a reason. So, my beautiful beings, all of these things we explore, we discover, we play with in the 8-week coaching course. You'll be amazed at what comes through, of why you are doing certain things, what purpose it is serving. All of this we bring out in this beautiful course. And it's only the beginning, you know? It's only the beginning of you falling in love with your life. Tapping into your dreams. Working out the steps of how to get there. Because you have these dreams for a reason. Your soul didn't plant them there so you can live a frustrated life and get to the end of it and not have completed any of it. It's there for a reason. It's your guide. It's pushing you forward. So, my beautiful beings, today we invite you to look at your habits. Why are they there? The habits that you have, especially the ones that you don't like, or the ones that you want to stop, or maybe you've quit that many times, but then you go back to it again. It's serving a purpose. It's serving you in some way. Always. Everything is serving your beautiful human experience. So for this week, with each video, I will be mentioning the coaching, only because I think there's only like 3 weeks left of this year, and I don't want people to miss out if this is what's truly in their heart. So this is probably the last time I'll mention that 2 people will get a free 8-week coaching course with me. One is a YouTube subscriber and one will be a Facebook follower. From there, what you need to do is send an email to let me know that this is what you want. The email is hollie@holliebelle.com and it will be below. You don't have to remember it. It will be in the description. It's already in the main description of every single video. It's always included. In case you have any questions, there's anything you want to ask me. Outside of those 2 people, we are offering a 75% off until the end of the year, and then that's it. After that, it will go back to its normal price of $1,997, because that is what this course is worth. The value that it gives you is beyond what you can imagine. You won't know until you're in there. It's just beyond what I was expecting when I was doing my beautiful coaching program. The tools, the techniques they've given me to guide you through your journey. It's just incredible. So with the 75% off, it works out to be just under $500. It'll show up here. And you will have the option to pay in installments if this resonates with you in any way. All right, my beautiful beings. So you will receive an email back straight away if you've missed out on being the one that has won the free course. At the end of the week, we will be announcing who did win the one on YouTube. It'll be announced here on YouTube in the description. And the one for Facebook will be announced over at Facebook, on the Facebook page. But you will need to follow that Facebook page if you want to apply for your free coaching course there. So, my beautiful beings, is it time? This is our Christmas present to you. If you're feeling a yes in your body and you can't wait to change, then send us an email. Be the one to win the free course. We can't wait to help you on your path, because it's not something you can describe. How wonderful it feels to know that you're on your path and you're doing what you're meant to be doing in this world. No matter what that is, no matter how it looks, it is your path, it is your purpose. And we are here to assist you with that, not guide you, because your soul is already here doing that. Not guide you, but assist you. We have the tools and the techniques now to point you to your answers that are within you. It's how it's always been. I've always said, if it resonates with you, it belongs to you, and if it doesn't, because only you know your path, nobody else does. Only you know what's in your heart. All right, my beautiful beings. And this is only for those beings out there that want change, that really want to change. They want to move away from being the victim. They want to move away from being the perpetrator. They've done that. They've had enough of that pattern. And they really want to live their life purpose. If this is a yearning in your heart, then send us an email. The next step will be for us to have a free strategy session. And there we will discuss if we are a match. I will know straight away. These coaching sessions are not for us to sit and discuss what a victim you are and how life is happening to you and how these people are robbing you of your joy, of your peace, of your time. That's not what the coaching sessions are for. And to be honest, you don't need my help for that. I know, because I spent over 40 years in that pattern. You don't need other people to help you with that. You have that record replaying in your mind all day long. But if you have a yearning in your heart for change, if you want clarity on your life purpose, why you are here, what it is you are meant to be doing. Because honestly, place your hand on your heart. Do you honestly think you came into this life and the purpose of your life is to be mad at all these people that did you wrong? To be offended because they did you wrong? Is that what you think life is really about? Or is there more? Only you can know in your heart. All right, my beautiful beings. Remember, at the end of the 8-week course, once you have a bit more clarity about your path, you get to choose what course you want to go through for free. I'm giving you that for free. The forgiveness course, loving your anger, loving your pain, loving your fear. You get to choose one course that you can do for free. Self-love, Awaken. The only one we're really not giving away for free is the spirit guides, because that's a whole other level. You know, that's a separate thing. All the courses we're offering you are pointing you to you. The spirit guides, once you are solid on, you know, you're clear about your path, of why you're here, all of that, and you've got you, then spirit guides is another. That's not for everybody. But all the other courses, you can choose one. And you get to do that. I'll sign you up. You'll know by the time you have clarity on your path, where you're at, which one you feel in your heart you need to assist you. You'll know. All right, my beautiful beings. In the meantime, the self-love course, we've decided we're giving that away. That's our freebie, if you like, because we know how valuable self-love is, to become self-aware. And more people in the world need to know self-awareness. Not selfish, not self-centered, but becoming aware of your higher self. All right, my beautiful beings. So that one you can already have for free. It's in the description below if you want it. We love you dearly. Remember to click like and subscribe so you don't miss any of the messages. And we'll see you in the next video, okay? Bye for now.